I'm very excited really about today and this opportunity, and I want to thank you all for showing your support. We really do appreciate that, and we do hope that this platform is going to be something that will change the lives of many people, and we're proud to be a part of this initiative. If you can move to the next slide, Doctor. So when we talk about the IT Learning Academy, what is it? It's really a one-stop online hub in which our students can collaborate and they can learn from experts. So this is a training platform which is virtual, but we do have that which makes us unique from some of the other platforms that are out there, and we will be highlighting that as we go through. We offer live on-demand training, and we also offer recorded self-paced courses focusing in the IT sector and focusing on the latest thriving and cutting edge technologies. Our vision is to expand within Southeast Asia and to be the best e-learning portal to receive this kind of high-end training. And our mission is to empower our students so that they can sustain and advance in their career development, especially in light of all of the changes that have been going on in the world today. So yes, please go to the next slide. Many of us hopefully are familiar with these terms, digital economy. We understand the digital economy is made up of all of these components, and there are now literally billions and billions of online connections and transactions that are taking place. And every nation, every region is really scrambling to take the lead. And one of the reasons that we set up here in ASEAN and in Malaysia is because we see that it's well positioned to do that. If you can move to the next slide, please. So here is just a glimpse of Malaysia as a pioneer and as an example in the digital economy. When you talk about a population of 32 million people, 20.9 million out of them have a smartphone, right? 22 million Facebook users, 7.2 million Twitter accounts, 85% of Malaysia's online banking penetration rate into the market, 86% of Malaysia internet penetration. So you can see that Asia is really growing at such a rapid pace, and they are going to take the lead and soon surpass some of those nations that we may have looked up to when it came to technology and advancement. So we feel that we are well positioned, basing ourselves here in ASEAN and in Malaysia in particular. Next slide. So when we set up the IT Learning Academy, we saw that there are really two problems that we are solving with this type of institution. Number one, the need is there, and it was there even before COVID, for highly skilled workers. And it's essential that each one of us be focusing on how we can upskill, how we can future-proof our job and our career to ensure that we don't become obsolete. We can see that technology is developing so rapidly, and it's difficult at times to keep up. But we hope that this platform is going to open a channel for people that is easy and that is affordable for them to upskill, especially in light of all of the changes that are occurring. The second point, of course, is in relation to the pandemic. We can see a big shift. One of those shifts is from traditional learning and working to online learning and working. Many of us who may not have been familiar with the concept or comfortable with the concept of working from home, working remotely, working online, something which I personally have been doing for a long period of time, it's now no longer an option. And many of us were forced overnight some months ago, or perhaps a year ago, to make that switch. So I think many of us now, as a result, are much more fluent with working remotely, studying online, and so on. So we believe that this IT Learning Academy is going to fit in nicely with the current situation. And this situation, rather than looking at it as an obstacle or looking at it as a burden, rather we can look at it as an opportunity. And hopefully we turn it into something which will be beneficial for us and for our communities. Next slide, please. As we did some research and we looked online, what has the global impact of COVID been on things like employment? You find the International Labor Organization, which is a UN agency, they have documented in the first 3 quarters of 2020, which is not including basically this last 3 months of the year, there was $3.5 trillion lost in labor income. And there was a decline of 17.3% in the workforce. That's approximately 495 million jobs. So this is something which is a stark reality globally. Next slide, please. We can see that there has been some effect here locally as well, as the unemployment rate has started to increase, and we have hundreds of thousands of people currently that are unemployed. And there's a big push by governments and organizations and academic institutions to help the workforce to upskill and to make themselves marketable for the areas of the job market that are actually growing. And there are areas, thankfully, that are growing. When we look at the World Economic Forum's report, the job landscape by 2022, a couple of years ago, they had predicted is going to shift in a major way. You have 75 million roles and jobs disappearing within those several years that are very traditional, that are very manual and menial, while you find there are 133 million new jobs that are emerging in the high-tech sectors. And a number of these that are listed on the top half of the slide are the areas that we are focusing on. Data scientists and analysts, artificial intelligence and machine learning, software development, big data, digital transformation, information technology services as a whole. So these are areas that we are actively offering trainings on today, and you can begin that career path. And it's as easy as taking a beginner course that can expose you to that world and that career path, inshallah. Next slide, please. So here also, we found this to be a very insightful and informative technology radar. This shows us what are the emerging technologies according to consultancies and agencies like KPMG. You find Deloitte and Ernst & Young coming out with similar diagrams. We can see where the trends are in these coming 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. Things are growing very rapidly. So a lot of this is already here today. Drones are here, virtual reality is here, the Internet of Things is here, 5G is here, but we need to ask ourselves, where do we fit into this puzzle? Where do we fit into this picture? It's very common for an individual to reinvent themselves throughout their career. HR studies find that usually several times throughout your career, you may change industries, you may change jobs, and so on and so forth. This is a time with all the changes that are going, we need to ensure that we are aligning to those changes, and we will still be relevant and have great opportunities for ourselves and for our families in the near future. So what is ITLA focusing on? We are providing beginner, intermediate, and advanced programs in all of these key areas, all of those thriving IT technologies. And my partner, Dr. Ibrahim, will be talking about these areas in detail. For some of us, we may say we are a bit older and these terms are Greek to us. We don't understand what they mean at all, but it's never too late to learn. And you will find that there are introductory programs that we offer that can help introduce these concepts and subjects to you. And then you develop, you progress gradually as you move to the intermediate and the advanced levels. And we provide you certificates as you complete programs with us. And we also help to prepare you for industry certifications that are globally recognized. Next slide, please. So why would you choose IT Learning Academy versus many of the other global or local platforms that are out there? I believe these 6 areas are areas that help to define us. We offer a holistic learning experience. So we provide support beyond just the pre-recorded class in the platform. We find our instructors that work in the industry, that care, that help our students to find opportunities, to guide them on what certifications they should go for, and so on. We offer courses aligned to the thriving IT technologies. This is not an open platform in which anyone can put any course. We are focusing on certain areas, and we are bringing experts. So we are bringing those that are working actively in the field and that can teach you how to apply what you are learning with a hands-on approach. You find the courses are very affordable, very competitive, if not cheaper than many that are out there. And we offer our courses even in bundles that can help to guide you on which courses you should take together to ensure your success. You will find with these technologies an excellent career path, and it will help you that our learning platform is cutting edge and is tried and tested. It's a platform that's already actively being used in other geographies by our partners.